Reporters are not allowed to have any kind of electronic devices inside. We understand that there's going to be some still photographers who, before court formally enters session, will take some pictures. And because there's no mugshot, those pictures are the only thing we will get to memorialize anything meaningful of this day, other than pictures of cars moving around in this shot you're seeing here down a hallway of a courtroom on the 15th floor in Lower Manhattan. Chris Stirewalt with us, a NewsNation political editor. Chris, there's Donald Trump loves being in control of everything and the optics of everything. What is the face that he is going to have on in these pictures? Is it that of defiance, Tom DeLay-esque smiling? What message does he want to send before he gets on his plane, heads back to Mar-a-Lago, and talks tonight?
Well, I suppose he wants to be seen as a victim. Donald Trump, the brand is that he is a martyr for the cause of the forgotten man and woman of America, and that if they can do this to him, they can do it to anybody. The signs at his rally said "witch hunt," so it is Holy Week for America's Christians, and the leaning into the martyrdom aspect is very palpable in terms of how Trump is raising money and what he's doing. So I assume he's going to want to have on the countenance of a man who is being unfairly maligned, a man who is stoically accepting the outrageous slings and slings and arrows of fortune.
We've already seen some of his supporters label him almost in a messianic-like way, that he is taking the brunt of Democrats' attacks on him in this criminal prosecution because he is out there fighting for the forgotten man and woman. It almost as though he is being compared to Jesus by some of his supporters in one way or another. Chris, we talked about this with George Will, and I can't help but, as we zoom out and think about everything that's happened, Chuck made a great point about the millions of dollars that have been spent, that will be spent on security and courtrooms and gumming up the legal system and everything else.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.